Before the Jedi, before the Republic, before lightsabers carved their mark across the galaxy, there was Tython, cradle of the Jedi, and the first battleground where light and darkness drew their lines in the sand. For 10 brutal years, the world that birthed Force philosophy became the forge of its greatest conflict, a war sparked by visions, fueled by ancient invaders, and ended in betrayal, devastation, and exile. This is the story of the Force Wars, the first clash between Ashla and Bogan. Welcome back to the Infernal Brotherhood of the Scruffy Looking Nerf Herders, and to another entry in our ongoing deep dive of the ancient history of the Force. Today we explore an event that predates the Galactic Republic by more than 7 centuries, the catastrophic conflict known as the Force Wars, when the Jedi were split between light and dark, and when the very surface of Tython trembled beneath the consequences. The roots of the Force Wars stretch back to the aftermath of the Despot War around 25,800 before the Battle of Yavin. Jedi Master Dagan Lok, already controversial for his unorthodox thinking, descended into the chasm below the temple of Anil Kesh. There, alongside Hawk Rio, he received a devastating Force vision. An army of dark warriors bearing blades of frozen fire marching across Ska Gora, led by a figure with a single red eye. Lok believed the vision to be a warning of an imminent invasion. The Jedi Council believed it was the product of madness. Lok was exiled to the moon Bogan, where for 7 years in lonely obsession he carved murals depicting the very weapons and warriors from his vision, seeds of the war to come. Around 25,793 BBY, Lok's prophecy began to unfold. The Rakata Infinite Empire, already in decline, launched an invasion of the Tython system under the command of Praetor Skalnas. His goal? The Infinity Gate, rumored to exist on Tython, a relic that could restore Rakatan dominance over the Force. The Rakata swept through the system, capturing the gas giants Obri and Mar, overrunning Fury Station, and unleashing Flesh Raider armies on Tython itself. But the Jedi Order rallied. Against all tradition, they forged Force sabers, primitive, dangerous predecessors to the lightsaber, empowered by the dark side and derived from Rakatan technology. And in desperate irony, the Council recalled Dagan Lok, the man they had banished, to lead their forces in the war he foresaw. As fighting spread from Tython to Ska Gora, Jedi Master Rajivari assumed command of the united Jedi and settled world's forces. The war was long and brutal. The Jedi fought with metal swords enhanced through the Force sabers, and their mastery of both Ashla and Bogan. Eventually, Skalnas fell. With their leader dead, the Rakata fractured, turning against one another as their invasion collapsed. Many fled the system, leaving behind a vast and brutal legacy of slaves. The Jedi declared victory, but peace was not waiting for them. Though the Rakatan threat was gone, Tython was no longer united. 2 philosophies crystallized: the Ashla Jedi, pursuing harmony and knowledge, precursors to the Jedi; the Bogan Jedi, seeking power and mastery through the dark currents of the Force. The first true Force schism erupted. At its center, Rajivari, once a hero of the war, now a defector, consumed by Bogan. Fortifying himself in ancient Kaleth, Rajivari and his followers waged a final stand. They fought to the last, defeated, but leaving a wound in Jedi unity that would echo for millennia. In 25,783 BBY, only a decade after the Force Wars had ended, Tython paid the ultimate price. A planet-wide cataclysm devastated its biosphere, rendering the world uninhabitable. The surviving Ashla Jedi fled the Tython system entirely, wandering the rim before eventually settling on Ossus, where they would take their final steps toward becoming the Jedi Order. Travel to Tython was eventually banned by the young Galactic Republic, and though the Jedi occasionally returned, the world would not be resettled until the Cold War era after its rediscovery by Satel Shan. Even during the Galactic Civil War, legends persisted. Rumors of a secret temple hidden somewhere on the world storing the Order's lost treasures. And that brings us to the end of the first true war between light and darkness, a conflict that shaped the Jedi, forged the earliest Force philosophies, and set the stage for everything that would follow in the millennia to come. Thank you for joining us at the Infernal Brotherhood of the Scruffy Looking Nerf Herders. If you enjoyed this deep dive into Star Wars Legends, please like, share, and subscribe to help us continue uncovering the forgotten corners of galactic history. And if you'd like to support this channel even further, consider becoming a member or joining us on Patreon. Every credit helps us bring more lore from the archives to life. Until the Infernal Brotherhood convenes again, my fellow scruffy-looking Nerf Herders, may the Force be with you.